go though. Motherfucker run around with the nigga with the dog with the fofo. Motherfucker run around with the nigga with the penny, the kenny, the motherfucker with the FOMO, dog with the photo. Motherfucker.
Everybody knows that he got the fofo, and that's how you love it 'cause he got the fofo, and that's how you love it 'cause he got the fofo.
Dog with the go though. Motherfucker run around with the nigga with the dog with the photo. Motherfucker run around with the penny, the kenny, the motherfucker dog with the fofo. Motherfucker run around with the nigga with the dog with the photo. Motherfucker run around with the nigga with the dog. Motherfucker run around with the...
Live love won't begin and he got the flow. And you know that we so ready and we can go.
Dog with the go though. Motherfucker run around with the nigga with the dog with the photo. Motherfucker run around with the nigga with the penny, the kitty, the motherfucker.
I said it's that time, bump around, get it together. Say he got the flow.
Couldn't tell if that was like...
You was watching the fofo. It's episode fofo. It's episode Hit It With a Fofo.
Oh, is it actually episode 44?
Yeah.
Holy buckets.
Yeah, yeah. It's episode fofo. Hit It With a Fofo. Hey.
Oh, there's that music too, yeah.
It's episode fofo.
It was playing, we just couldn't hear it.
Could they hear it the whole time?
Yeah.
Oh,
good.
Nice.
Just talking over.
Well. What's up, Steven? How you doing? Episode fofo. Hit It With a Fofo.
Good. Doing real good. Happy to be back. Good to see you guys. Missed y'all. It's been a minute.
I know. Been a good month and a half almost.
Yeah. A little bit
My
of
bad.
a break. You were out and about, it seemed like, according to your social medias. I saw you lots of different rocky places, streams and such.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Your boy is a Samsonite, man.
The luggage?
That's what they call it. But you know, in reality, I do have a Samsonite suitcase, but I haven't been anywhere.
What's a Samsonite man, though? What are you talking about?
Samsonite man. A motherfucker who lives out of a Samsonite suitcase.
Oh, is that what that really means?
I'm a Samsonite man, yeah. Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah.
That's a phone from the
Definitely.
1950s.
Oh, yeah.
Your phones don't ring like that?
Absolutely not.
No.
Huh.
That's the sound of a phone that has a bell inside of it.
You mean a phone?
No, these are speakers, eh? It's 2022. Episode fofo. We only fucking with speakers nowadays.
I mean, this is a brand new phone too. I just got it. But when you get new phones, like they just transfer over all the settings and stuff. And I've had that ringer since like
1956?
Yeah. My first cell phone.
Your first landline, boy. This landline's been in my family for generations.
You gotta walk to the wall and hang up.
Our number is 3031.
I motherfucker had that ringtone since the phone had a little bass right here, and you put the thing to your ear like that. You're like, hey, cuz, we on the way.
We're almost there.
We'll see you in 3 weeks. You coming over? 25 miles? See you in 3 weeks.
See you in 3 weeks. We got to load up the horses.
Oh, yeah. There was no numbers. You just called the operator.
Yeah.
It connected you to one dude. And then what one dude, literally, he had a switchboard. It was a literal like, oh, well, you want to talk to that guy? Let me take this line and connect it to his phone.
So much of like the lingo that we use around phones is all based on like those things like connecting and line, right? Like online and all that stuff. It all comes from those early days of the phone. And did you ever, when you were
phone
younger,
ring,
did you guys ever read or possess the Anarchist Cookbook? You guys know what I'm talking about?
I do know what you're talking about. No, I never possessed nor read it. I
No?
don't know.
Eric?
I know of it.
We're minorities, bro. We'll get deported like super fast.
With something that says anarchist on it.
Oh, yeah, quick.
I think I got my first copy of it on a floppy disk.
See?
Yeah. You
Yeah,
have to-
no. Can't do that. I
But it-
ordered the one without pitching manifesto, and I was like, I'm on a list for sure. It has the word manifesto in it. I'm out.
No doubt.
Like this isn't the manifesto, but we should still just keep track of it.
I added that
In case
one
he
to
gets
my Amazon
manifesto
list, and-
curious.
Make sure you switch that camera to you so people can know that you're alive.
Ooh, I don't have a camera.
You don't have a camera?
No. I mean, I do. It's there. It's just not plugged in.
What the fucking WTF, mate?
All right, move your chair over here. Come into the
Come
picture.
sit right here in the middle with us, cuz. Come hang out.
I might give you. Actually, no, I won't be able to press the buttons.
Dang, the buttons are more important than y'all.
Yeah.
So,
Get him a big stick. You can press him from here with a stick. I'm sure you
Yeah,
guys
it
have a
was-
pool table around here somewhere for.
we should
this
just get a
office.
mirror. We'll just put the mirror right there.
Well, last time after we left, we were looking at cardboard cutouts of who was it?
Rick Ross.
Rick Ross. Yeah.
Yep. Oh,
Was
we
it
didn't
Rick
get
Ross?
it. It was Rick Ross. I
Yeah.
think.
It was like $50 or $70.
It was like
That's not bad.
the life size one of Rick Ross was like $90. Let's be real. You gotta get the life size or bigger. Because if we had like a 10-foot Rick Ross, that would be pretty cool. I think we need that.
That's a gang of cardboard, though.
Is it
Oh, yeah.
10 feet? Yeah.
Celebrity cutouts is $69.97 plus
69.
shipping. I'm assuming.
What size?
Life size.
How tall is he?
6'3".
Really?
God damn.
Well, 6'3" is the biggest that they have
Oh, okay.
that they can do. So it's technically not life size. I'm assuming.
How tall is Rick? That boy only like 5'10".
5'11".
See?
5'11". His height like movies too,
Yeah.
with plus or minus one.
I see how tall you are, cuz.
Or we can get a mini cutout and have it be 1'9".
Whoa. See, now that's something we can do. Put that, that motherfucker standing right here.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Lil Rick Ross, Lil Rick.
Little Ricky. Oh,
We
man.
could get two. We could get Rick Ross and I don't know who's a Rick Ross partner.
We can get one and dress him as a
Rick
rapper.
Ross and Diana Ross. Can we get Diana Ross
I was gonna say we'll dress one as a CO.
as a SEAL?
A CO.
Oh, CO, a correctional officer.
Yeah.
You got the
want a
past
Diana
and
Ross?
present Rick Ross.
Yeah, for a little baton or
Orange
something.
dress or black dress, Diana Ross.
Orange dress.
Orange dress all day. What do you? You already know.
Does she
That's
come in
not-
the mini
That's not
size?
orange. That's salmon.
Many 1997.
What other Ross? Could we get Bob Ross too?
Yeah.
Ooh, Bob Ross.
Well, let's look up just Ross.
What other Rosses can we get?
How many other Rosses are there?
This is I don't know. I can
Those are the only three I know.
Freddie Ross Jr.
don't know even who that is.
Evan
is that?
Ross.
Who?
Freddie
Ross
Prinze Jr.?
Anthony.
Bob
about
Ross?
you
We
talking
said
about
Bob
Buffy?
Ross.
Ross Lynch. Ross Duffer.
Oh, first name's Ross? No.
Ross
thanks.
Marquand.
Oh yeah, no, we're
With
fucking with last
mustache.
names.
With mustache.
Nope. I need last name Ross.
Charlotte Ross.
Charlotte Ross.
Chocolate Ross?
No idea what the fuck.
Chloe Ross.
No.
Who?
Ryan Ross.
No. No.
Who are these random? They just put random.
These are
people
just
on there?
people. These are. Can I get one of these? Can we get?
I was gonna say, search my name, see if I'm in there. Justin Romero. Find me up in that piece. That'd be hard if I was just.
Would it be
chilling.
though?
We can
If
request
there
a
was
celebrity.
just one in there,
I mean, yeah, fuck it.
can we request Justin as a celebrity,
Fuck yeah.
please? Can you send a picture with it too?
Send a request right now. Boom.
He's a famous rapper from Denver.
Looking for Justin
Put in-
Romero of the LRVT podcast.
Everybody.
Look for Justin Romero of the Diamond Boys, or no, Dialect, JClass.
I
know.
do have a lot of names. I should probably calm down with all that. your boy is excessive with the nameology. You know what I'm saying?
You got a few AKAs tucked in there. Yeah,
A few.
it's been many years though.
I'm
It
talking
started
about-
when you were young. What was the first rap pseudonym name that you had?
Raze.
Raze.
R-A-Z-E.
That's pretty
It's the R-A-Z-E. I'm doing this because you cannot fade me.
Ooh.
That was like 10-year-old me.
How long did that last?
Raze? Shit, until fucking after high school.
Really?
Yeah, I named myself dialect in probably like 11th or 12th grade. Before that, I was raised. Would you know what though? It was because I did raise for a while, but then I started a website when I was little. I was like 11 or 12 when I built my first website, and it became popular, and it was Raise Webb. And so like at like 16, 17, I stopped caring about that hobby as much because all of a sudden I had a car. And in that, when music started coming, I didn't want to call myself Raise because I was like, that's the computer nerd me, you know? I wanted a different, I wanted the hip hop nerd me. So dialect it was DYALEKT. You can act like you know, but your bitch told me.
Classic. And then it evolved into JClass next, yeah?
Yeah, JClass actually started probably around the same time. And it was because I was with Bama, my homie Bama, whose name is Tim. And Tim, he wanted a new name, a fun name. And so I said, you should call yourself T-Class. That would be hard. And he was like, nah, that's stupid. And I was like, pfft, you're lost because JClass is off the hook, boy.
I do have to say JClass is better than T-Class. Yeah, I think T doesn't work as quite as well.
I don't know. You have to be anything but T-Bone.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, what do you end up going with?
Bama.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I wasn't
that's
sure.
what all his. To be honest, he came because he's from Ohio, and he came to our school with that nickname. And I'm sure there's a reason why they call him Bama, but yo no sé.
Cool. We have a JClass requested.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Request that young JClass, guys.
Get that little minifig or the mini poster of him.
Is there a full-size body picture of you on the internet?
I'm sure there's a million.
Yeah, of him performing and stuff. Lots of those.
There's a lot of photos of me. And I do my best in all of them to make this face.
Yeah. Yeah, you have a classic photo face.
Well, it's like ever since I was little, I always wanted, like, my mom would get mad at me. She'd be like, smile or whatever. And I never liked my smile. I was like, my smile's ugly for a second. That's not a real thing. Like, I'm not really smiling. You're making me fake smile. And then you're taking a picture as if here's the moment I captured. No. Here's this moment you faked. I don't like it. If we're going to fake moments, this is how I want to be remembered.
A Thiz face.
You know what I'm saying?
Thiz face. You familiar with the Thiz face? Yeah.
The fucking
Crunch up your face like you
thizzle
smelled
dance,
some
boy.
piss.
Can you do the thizzle dance?
That's it. Mac Dre. Still don't know who killed
R.I.P. Mac Dre, boy.
All right.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Fucking thizzle.
That story's fucking crazy.
No, it's crazy. As motherfuckers were thizzing. Thizzle is a thing. That's wild.
Thizzle is a thing?
Yeah.
Why is that wild?
Because like that local kind of like slang don't exist really as much anymore.
Yeah.
Because we all live on the internet now, and specifically like the
connected.
kids, right? Because the kids are where the slang comes from, and
The internet drives the slang now instead of kids
that's
driving the slang that goes to the internet. The internet develops its own slang and then ends up in the world, and you got to find there is
like
still
that's
groups.
like the community center. So before, back in the day, fools would kick it at like little community centers where there were like rec centers, or there'd be like a spot, whatever it was.
Barbershop, all kinds of spots,
wherever it was in the community where like the kids would gather around and be kids, and you know, in the Bay Area they were like thizzle, which Thiz I think is it was fucking ecstasy, no?
I think it had a lot of associations with that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was ecstasy, but I don't know. I'm not from the Bay. And that's the thing. It's just like, that's the way it was then. And now, there's just like,
I feel like we miss out.
You know what I'm
lot.
saying?
Yeah.
All the kids say cap. It's not like a thing that came like, oh, you know, the New York cats say cap. And it's like, nah, everybody say cap. It's not like back in the day when like the New York cats
Or it
said
was like
son.
regional. Yeah.
Where they were like son, and then the Southern cats was like shouty, and like, you know. Now it's just everybody.
I don't know. E40 does keep that like Oakland, that all the slang. Half his songs are just words that are slang, and you're like, what? I don't even know what he's saying, but oh. Look at E40. I love the way he raps and how he does his thing. I like a lot of. There's 2 of the songs that I threw up on
Ass
there.
big enough to fit a cup on her booty. Goodness.
That's a pretty good E40 impression. I need to hear your E40 impression, Eric, since you don't even want to be on camera.
He only fucks with 839.
I only.
Oh, your mic's off, I think.
If we're talking about 40s, WD-40 is my favorite, but I can do a great
40.
impression of that.
That was a pretty good impression of
That's
WD-40.
pretty good. WD-40 though, not like OE is your favorite 40.
Nah.
That's what I thought you were going with that.
Mickey's. I fuck with Mickey's. That's my favorite 40. Shoot.
That's a 32. Sorry, Justin.
I know what is this is like a 24. It's half a 40.
It's just a venti, a 20.
A venti.
Oh, Starbucks jokes get the.
We only have
Hit him
with the
four stock
fofo.
sound effects, so
You should have put hit him with the fofo as one of the buttons.
It's not.
Just for today.
What the heck?
Just for
Eric?
today. Hit him with the fofo.
y'all keep going. I can do that.
Yeah.
Oh, what fucking time is it?
I think it's about 5:50, 6:56.
God damn.
Almost 7 o'clock.
6:56 on July 14th. That's a Thursday. 6:56 p.m., mind you. My name is Justin. To my left, your right, that's going to be Steven.
Yo.
And straight across from us, you're not going to be able to see him because the dude didn't buy batteries for his camera or something. I don't know what the fuck is going on over there. But it's
cable to connect
motherfucking Eric in this piece.
HDMI cables.
Whatever. We had HDMI. What do you mean?
Not micro HDMI. It's stupid.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
It's the micro that's the problem.
Yeah.
Micro, macro. Moco
What a
is all the
bummer.
same.
What a bummer.
Wild. Well, with that lackluster fucking introduction of us, then it's the Lone Ranger versus Tonto up in this motherfucker.
Hey.
Hey.
Yeah, we got to do our own soundboard. Our soundboard's busy. Okay. I'm glad you finally put that one in there that I asked you 2 weeks ago. That one is my favorite. Uh-oh.
Huh.
I don't even want to talk
We
about-
lost him.
Okay. Yeah, I guess they have no idea if Eric's there or not. He could just leave.
I mean, he can't, though. He's blocked it by the camera, so you'll, like, see him leave. You know what I mean?
Crawl into the desk, maybe.
That'd be annoying.
Get creative. We can do this. We can sneak Eric out of this shot. Ooh,
Oh,
15 minutes.
that was piercing.
Yeah, that was loud. My bad.
it's all gravy. So, 15 minutes in, we done enough bullshitting.
No, not enough.
I want to get to some serious shit.
Ooh, I figured you might have some shit to get off your chest.
Can I do some bullshit real quick?
Oh, well, of course we
Sure.
can. We have time for a little bit more bullshit, I think.
Of course.
Yeah.
Cool. So desktop audio, and then we do this button.
Oh,
Hey, 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 hey. What
Cool. That's it.
you should have to keep going, bro. Next time, let that shit play for at least 25 seconds.
No, we've got
You always cut it.
copywritten by them.
You always cut it too fast. That's why I was making noise on top of it. I was trying to trick the copyright.
that
We
ain't that count.
literally, we haven't been able to, well, we don't, I mean, there's not a gang of motherfuckers following us anyways. We do this mostly for fun. But we haven't had any ads or any advertisement on like the last 5 fucking episodes because we keep playing that song. And it keeps triggering the copyright. Last week it was 𝗫𝗍𝗯𝗃 though.
Oh yeah, they hit us bad, like real
yeah.
quick too.
Oh, it was Doogie that got us in trouble? Yeah, we got a cease and desist, right?
Oh, yeah.
Let's call it like, you got to take this down or else.
I told him fuck off.
Yep. And we're like, we can play Doogie whenever the fuck we want to play Doogie.
I'm like, it's social commentary. Can a motherfucker talk about 𝗫𝗍𝗯𝗃 because of fools that are young? Eric didn't even know what we were talking about.
Can a motherfucker
Yeah.
talk about Doogie Howser?
Can a
talking about
motherfucker
making
talk
a
about
remix?
𝗫𝗍𝗯𝗃 or nah? Fuck, dude. Fucking goddamn Doogie Howser. Can't even talk about the motherfucker.
Our
no
rights
more.
are being stripped away, and we can't even talk about Doogie
Fucking
Howser
A.
anymore. Fucking A, bud.
Fuck the Supreme Court.
Oh my gosh. Fuck them hard. Fuck our entire just situation. We're so fucked.
No, mostly the Supreme Court.
I think we're in for it.
That's a weird set of dudes. But let's talk about something serious real quick.
Okay.
Can your boy get serious real quick? You know what I'm
Just
saying?
real quick, yeah.
Listen. Man, I gotta sit up. This is some shit that's been bothering me, man. And I really want to, like, get it off my chest. Why the fuck are ghosts never naked? They're always wearing fucking clothes. How come no one ever died naked?
Anybody else having deja vu here?
That was a Halloween special.
Yeah, we talked about that.
I know, I'm just talking shit.
Oh,
I need something. That was the quickest thing I could come up with.
I thought you were really
serious.
I thought you were really upset about something there. at the
No.
beginning.
I was just trying to
And then
say
it
bullshit.
was
And then I couldn't think of anything fast enough. So.
Nothing you want to get off your chest?
I mean, that really is still bothering me.
That why ghosts aren't naked?
Yeah, like I listened to a few stories that were like, I don't know, you could call them like from valid sources, you know? Mm-hmm. And about ghosts.
Okay.
And the whole time I'm like, man, why this motherfucker ain't naked? Like, are they choosing their clothes? Do they choose their outfit?
No, they have the outfit on they died in.
Is it though? What? How come nobody ever dies naked?
Because it's not.
How come that's not like Casper
people are
says
closed
unfinished
most of the
business,
time.
right? Casper talks about unfinished business. How come nobody's unfinished business is finding their clothes? Nobody's ever been in bed fucking some dude's wife, and that dude walks in and says, "Oh fuck y'all," kills both of them naked.
Well, maybe them don't get to come back as ghosts. Because
Maybe them don't get to be
sounds
ghosts
like
without clothes.
it sounds like they're going to hell for adulterations.
I mean, I guess so.
So no ghosts for maybe that's
You
why.
talking about all naked people that die?
I'm telling
go
you
to
that
hell?
it obviously, from what your recollection is that it's actually a sin to die naked, and if you do, you just go straight to hell. It can't be a ghost because you're naked. It's a sin.
I mean, if they wrote that in the Bible, I'd have been like, all right, cool.
I'm wearing clothes all the fucking time.
I ain't never taking my clothes off. You getting shorts around the ankles, girl. You know I don't take my clothes off.
These socks staying
What the
on.
hell? You think I'm dumb enough to be walking around naked as a ghost?
You heard what the Bible
You
said.
tripping. You heard what the Bible said. Keep your motherfucking socks on. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
Shit.
Stop.
Straight up though, like, do they get to choose their like outfit? Is it like my
No.
favorite outfit? Oh, I'm
No.
dripping.
It's what they died in. I mean, if you're dripping,
maybe
when
that's
you're
why they're
dying.
ghosts. They're like they're pissed off that they died in that outfit.
It sounds like a really mean insult that you could tell somebody like, hey man, I really hope you don't die tonight. They'd be like, what? Weird. Yeah. If you died in that outfit and had to
to wear
live
that
for
shit for-
eternity.
Wear that shit for the rest of forever? Are you out of your fucking mind? Go change.
Oh, man. Go change now.
What the fuck?
You could die tonight. I'm going to kill you just for not changing.
Nothing is promised, especially that drip. All right. Shit.
Not that ghost drip for sure. You don't know when it's hitting. So you better have that drip straight.
No.
Because that's the way to live, right? Just if you lived every day and dressed every outfit, like you could die and then have to wear that outfit for the rest of eternity, you might dress a little bit better. What's that? What's that Jadena line? I don't want my best dressed day in a casket. That's a good line.
That is a really good line. Imagine seeing a ghost from the 90s and thinking that food died yesterday.
Like in a pair of Jinkos. A ghost in a pair of
Not that
Jinkos.
90s. I meant like the fucking the highlighter shirts.
That
And,
little shh, 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 shh kind of pattern. You know, that little zigzag
No, that's
one.
hard as fuck though. But no, I meant like, just neon colors and shit. Like all the shit fools are doing now. That's from the 90s.
Yeah.
You haven't been paying attention? Yo, I was downtown not too long ago, and every single chick was in a skin tight black one piece.
Mm-hmm.
Looking like goddamn Andre the Giant. All of them. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck is happening to fashion, dude? Like, what happened to sundresses?
It's cyclical, man.
Chicks don't like sundresses no more. They walk around looking like Andre the Giant.
I'm sure.
Anybody want a peanut?
I mean, maybe, I don't know. I feel like fashion is very cyclical in a lot of ways where, you know, the youth discovers what it was and integrates it into their own feelings and ways. And
Yeah, but-
it doesn't look that different.
But the, what the fuck?
Been trying over there? What are you doing?
Can they hear that?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm like, just so we don't just stop talking for no reason. Like, what the fuck?
Excuse me while I make this Flintstone running sound. Isn't that the sound?
Steven,
from them?
watch out.
Oh, shit. He's dodging those. Oh, shit. Eric's over here throwing stuff at me.
I was trying to figure out how to play stuff, but
Trying to get cool sound effects.
I can get this working for us, but don't believe they can hear it.
They can't hear it?
Oh, is it this?
Try it.
No.
No.
No, not right now. We'll figure it out for next time, though.
All right. That's not our master volume. You need to turn it all the way down?
No, this one is.
Oh. All right.
Let the producer produce.
Hey, man, I don't know how this works. I'm just seeing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Cool.
Well, what do you got for us, Eric?
Existential dread through images from NASA.
Oh, that new telescope?
Mm-hmm.
Name is like John Henry or something?
James Webb.
Oh, James Webb.
John Henry?
I knew it was two.
What is it, goddamn
single
Civil
syllable-
War? Lieutenant John Henry. No.
What's John Henry's song? Oh, he's an artist. No, what?
There's a song.
Johnny Cash. The Legend
Yeah.
of John Henry's Hammer.
Yeah. There's
the
lots
fuck?
of songs about John Henry. This is the guy, he's like, beat the machine, right? Like he was the one who raced the machine. That's the whole story around John Henry, where he was put up against the fucking steam engine that's like pounding the nails in, and he like raced it. Am I making
That sounds
this up?
stupid.
It's a whole thing.
John Henry's prowess as a steel
It's a lot of
Steel
ease
driver
in
was
that.
measured in a accidentally pressed the wrong button. Was measured in a race against a steam-powered rock drilling machine, a race that he won only to die in victory with hammer in hand as his heart gave out from stress.
Y'all don't know this story?
No, white
There's
culture.
hundreds of
White
songs
culture is
about it.
wild, boy.
Well, I'm pretty sure
He's
that
a-
man was a
Yeah.
black man.
Was he?
In this
Yep.
story, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. Well, no idea who
You
John
never
Henry
heard the
is.
story of
John Henry is an American
Nah.
folk hero.
Nah. I fuck with John Trudell.
Fuck with John Brown. Y'all know who John Brown is?
Football player?
No. John Brown arguably started the Civil War.
American abolitionist leader first.
Oh, John Brown.
He was
He is some
eventually
weird white
captured
people
and
shit.
executed for a failed incitement of a slave rebellion.
Yeah, he led a bunch of slaves to like an armory. They stole a bunch of fucking weapons from the Confederate Army and tried to fucking take it over at Shepherd's Ferry, I believe is like the story that where they fucking tried to do that. And then, yeah, he got executed for essentially starting the Civil War. And after that, some things start to turn and the Civil War begins, I think, pretty shortly after that.
That's wild.
Yeah. You'll see a lot of like leftist gun clubs and stuff be called the John Brown Gun Club or something about John
Just
Brown.
FYI, Eric, they can't see that.
No, I know.
Okay. The John
good beard, though.
Brown
Look at
Gun
that.
Club.
Yeah, he looks like a wizard.
He was like a
But not the
drunk
white
and like a
knuckle
shitty dude, but he did lead a pretty badass rebellion to not lead, but I don't know, organized. It's kind of he's just like a dude. who
Eric
wasn't
had it
anything.
right. He looked like a wizard.
I mean, go to not a painting of him go to like a photograph of him because he's definitely not.
I mean, there's only 4 of those.
That's a good representation, I think, of John Brown.
I mean, he kind of looks like Frankenstein's monster before they became a monster.
Damn.
He looked like Frankenstein's monster after he healed.
Frankenstein's monster after therapy.
Oh yeah, Spikes. Yeah, that's probably about right. But how did we fucking start talking about John Brown? Oh,
James Webb.
yeah.
The telescope in outer space.
That
seen
gives you
this?
existential dread.
Everything gives me existential dread.
Welcome to 2022.
I'll pull those up so we can look at them while we talk.
Do y'all know what, Eric? You would know this. What makes this camera different than the Hubble camera?
It's just more fucking pixels.
But essentially, I believe.
I thought this was a different type. It's not like a normal light camera. It's like a different type of camera that's taking in different waves.
They were all like that.
Yes, because it does also take like the wave measurements from it, so that we can know not only what the fuck we're looking at, but also what that specific color is as like
Wavelength.
as
Yeah, but that's not-
wavelength, and then that dictates what like the matter is of it.
But that's not the color of it in reality.
Oh no.
This is everything you see from even the Hubble telescope to this James Webb Space Telescope.
It's like a translation almost.
They're infrared. So it's like fucking, all right, think of the spectrum, goes from violet up to red.
Okay.
All right. Ultraviolet is literally going past violet. Infrared is literally going past red. So it's seeing more colors. But even like that, that's an infrared photograph. So there's not a moment in the sky where you were to look at that through your own violet through red seeing, and you'd see that even in those colors, right? It's kind of like Google real quick the fucking birds sing in infrared. I like how
Really?
you put the fucking birds sing in infrared.
And I misspelled infrared. Bird vision is lit on Reddit.
Nice. Let's check that one out. Oh yeah, that's a really good example though.
Yeah.
So the left is what we see, and the right is how birds that can see infrared see the other birds.
Whoa.
And so you see how there's all those extra colors, but it's like, and those colors are physically there, but our eyes don't capture them, right? That's the same thing that's going on with those infrared photos of the sky.
They can see pink.
Pink.
Magenta.
I was gonna say pink is technically not a real color. Magenta.
Oh, it's probably like a representation of it, but like the wavelengths are past.
Yeah, like on the like in the realm of physics, pink is your brain making up a color between that space of violet and red, where ultraviolet and infrared actually live. Like, because we can't see those, our brain makes up a color, and that is pink.
Light's so cool. Colors
Fucking no shit up.
and light.
I heard this one thing that in like the Sumerian language, there's no
Going
word.
old school.
No, yeah, straight up. And there's no word for blue or green. It's one of them. And they like have this theory that like we didn't even acknowledge that color as a color until we had a label for it. And before that, it was just like,
It was like a shade of green. I think it was blue that was missing. And
Yeah.
like blue was a shade of, no, I think it's the other way around because blue's a primary color, right? So you would think that would be.
but it was like it's like non-existent in their language, and so it's this idea that like that maybe they weren't even actually perceiving blue as anything different, and it's the language of being able to identify it that actually causes our brain to acknowledge blue,
Yeah.
which is wild as a concept. And I'm like, of course, I don't know if that's real. I've only known the word blue my whole life.
You've only known the world with the word blue in it. It's never not existed.
Yeah.
Because that time is 5,000 BCE.
Oh yeah, they've done like studies on
10,000
different languages and being like, all right, here's blue. Point at this like graph and tell us where that color is specifically. And different languages will like point at different spots of it. So maybe blue in Spanish will be a little bit more green leaning, and then like in English it'll be this, and then like so there's like a whole translation of like the color blue in people's minds already.
And in Italian, blue has two different colors. There are two different words for blue depending on the shade. So they have blue, like BLU, and that's for more of like what we call navy blue. And then they have azul, like Spanish, where that's more of like a lighter color, blue. And depending on the shade of blue, you change the word.
That's wild.
Yeah, I don't think, does Spanish have two words for blue? Do they have like a light blue and a dark blue, or is it all just azul?
I'm sure there are. I don't know any colors that aren't on the rainbow.
One time I did DMT and I swear I fucking saw a color that wasn't on the rainbow.
It was pink.
It was white.
I don't know what the fuck. I can't even like picture the color in my mind right now to tell you what it was. But on DMT, I was like, yo, that's new.
You saw a new color of death?
Fuck yeah.
You saw the color of death doing DMT?
Fuck yeah.
Damn, that sounds dangerous. I've never done DMT.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah,
It's like a whole ass experience.
I've heard.
And it only lasts like 10 minutes. And it feels like hours. Like you think you're tripping for like hours. I thought I was out for like hours. And I'm like, you're not out, right? Because you're totally cognizant of everything that's going on. You just can't see. You can hear everything and you can feel everything. It's not like a high that like takes you out of being conscious. Right? Like you're still you the whole time. But I was like opening my eyes all the way, and no matter what, I saw nothing but fractals. And it was like a fucking kaleidoscope with like in a tunnel. And you could see the end of the tunnel. And every time I felt like I was like the end of the tunnel was getting closer, I'd be like, oh, fuck, it's getting closer. And then it would just like
Zoom
restart.
out again.
It was like, well, almost, but it feels a lot more like restarting. You know?
That's
Wild fuck.
Justin,
I know that I've never been more happy. I was happy as hell.
Happy as hell in the Mandelbrot set, just swimming through reality or unreality. I don't know. Maybe that's when you get into reality. You left the simulation. That's where you got that new color from.
I mean, I don't know.
DMT might be just that ticket.
Like, it's wild because before DMT, any kind of story I'd ever heard of people experiencing shit like that, even on like acid or shrooms or any other like psychedelic that they were like experiencing, my brain automatically was like, oh yeah, that's of course in your brain. Those are chemicals. It's an experience in your brain. Hands down, no question about it.
Okay.
And then you do it. And when I did DMT, then I was like, huh. Now, I'm not saying this is outside of my brain, but it definitely doesn't feel like it's in my brain.
So it wasn't just that you
It feels like I'm now in a new landscape. Like I'm now in a new place. It feels like you go there, right? It's not like a dream. You know when you daydream or even when you dream?
Sure.
You like as soon as like it feels real until you wake up. And then when you wake up, you're like, oh yeah, like immediately you're like, that was a dream, right? Because it feels inside of you. DMT didn't feel like that. When I was done with DMT, like it was started like to wear off, and I'm like coming down again 10 minutes later, and I'm like, fuck, like holy shit, that was wild. Like I don't feel like you're coming out of it, right? You feel like you're coming back.
Whoa.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Coming back.
Yeah, like as if you went somewhere, like you actually went, and that it's not in here, it was somewhere else. And then like immediately like, oh shit. Now, I don't know how that would work. That could totally just be my mind. But now I understand why motherfuckers be like interdimensional beings and, you know, all that shit. You're like, I now understand that completely. I didn't see no interdimensional beings, but I could see how you could.
You're feeling some pretty.
And I bet they were smart as fuck.
Sounds interesting.
Pretty wild.
Yeah. DMT.
Let's do some DMT on the podcast live or what?
Have you ever done, what's that other
We
like?
go viral for sure.
I don't know if I can press buttons like that.
We could definitely get our fucking 100 subscribers that way.
Everybody tell your friends we're doing drugs.
We're doing drugs live. Tell everybody.
Oh man, that would not be good. I don't think so. We used to do drugs live. Now we don't as much.
I don't know. I'm kind of with Cat Williams.
What's Cat Williams?
I mean, is weed a drug? You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I get that you could process it. I would
You
agree
could turn
that,
it into a drug.
That's what I'm saying. I would agree that, like, dabs are a drug. But, like, he makes a good point. And, of course, this is by not in definition of what a drug is, so I don't know. But I always thought that part of his skit in that stand-up special, was hilarious and true, where he's like, it just grow that way. Like, that's it. Like, everything else, you got to do something to it. You know? Like cocaine. I remember watching a video when I was young about these fucking dudes of like Bolivia making cocaine. And you gotta like soak the leaves in fucking kerosene and then gasoline. There's like a whole chemical process to like bring it down into the powder that becomes cocaine.
Yeah.
Weed just grow. You know what I'm saying? Pick that bitch and wait for it to be dry enough to smoke, and then you smoke it.
That's it. And it, yeah.
And I'm sure that could be
Comes
said,
like that.
be said the same about like the poppy or stuff that grow. But again, it's like heroin comes from the poppy, but I would never call like somebody smoking poppy. Like I would never say they're doing heroin.
Yeah. Look at those heroin flowers.
Yeah.
No.
It
It's
takes
a nice
pro-
heroin field.
It takes a little bit to make it heroin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's a little bit of process. I don't know the process. I'm not a goddamn chemist.
But a weed field that's growing weed, that's it.
Go in there and it's like a vegetable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like a vegetable.
And a drug is like a dish. It's like you could prepare a dish of vegetables, but a vegetable is like not a dish by itself. It's just a vegetable, right? In the same way, weed is just a plant, just that way. Like you could prepare it into a dish or into a drug, right? You can fucking
Make the dabs.
make the dabs
98%
and
THC.
the edibles and
That's
all
a
that
drug.
shit, right?
Right, 98% of the drug in there. Just like you said, refining coca leaves to, or not coca leaves. Is it coca leaves? Yeah. To fucking a powder is a process that's, intensifying the
Freebasing.
chemical, right? That is the trick, the drug. And weed is just fine the way it grows. I mean, they
It
do
just
be
be
growing
like
some
that.
crazy ass shit now. Because you remember weed when we were kids, even not too long ago. I remember when a friend of ours had a lot and had a lot, and I would get to see all this weed all the time. I didn't even smoke it then, and I would
That
see
boy
it all the time.
he used to hold them, and like he would, dude, he was the most fucking organized drug dealer I've ever met in my life. Now I met a few drug dealers, but I never met anyone that would pre-weigh out like 5 different weights. So he'd have like dimes
different
and then,
pockets.
and then he'd have
Put
like
them in
half
different pockets in his cargo
he had
shorts.
cargo shorts. He'd have them each different pockets. There'd be like a half over here and whatever. And then at the crib, he would be like in his shoes. He had them all organized. Which shoe held these ones? Which shoe held these ones? And he'd pre-weigh them out like a fucking week ahead of time and shit. and motherfuckers, like you could basically place a catalog order with this food, and you'd get a fucking Mr. Nice Guy fucking business card back.
Jeff Bezos of drug dealing. Got the logistics figured out. This is a logistics game, not a sales game.
Jeff Bezos.
Oh boy, that's too funny.
Great
But
stuff.
Even that weed, it was good at
Trash.
the time, but now like would be considered
I
just
don't know.
boo
I never
boo.
smoked it.
Yeah, I mean, I would guess it would still be considered pretty good. I guess I don't want to be disrespectful, but weed nowadays they got, they're intensifying and enhancing it in every which way that they can when they grow these fucking plants. It's not just like your outdoor grows anymore, where you're praying that the weather and the terroir is going to take care of that
Hell
weed
yeah.
and make it all good. Now they got that shit growing on every fucking building in Denver that has enough
yeah.
square footage to do it, and
They have
gives us a
GMO'd
nice
the fuck out of
bouquet.
the weed.
Denver has a bouquet of just weed and
And it's all
unhoused
it's all
folks.
GMO weed too. It's like all of it. And then these fools who smoke GMO weed will get all blaze and tell you about how GMOs are bad for you. And I'm like,
You
oh,
can't
no.
you can't modify the organisms, man.
I'm pretty sure you did when that Afghan Kush went from 3% THC
Yeah,
to
you
goddamn
see-
43% THC.
You see 4 strains listed there, bud. Like, you think that those plants walked over and fucked each other? No, bud.
Oh,
Some
man.
pestles and what are the fucking flower fucking parts? The reproductive parts of the flower. Maybe I shouldn't call them fucking parts.
Dicks.
No, there's a real name for flower. dicks.
Vaginas.
They have those things, but one's called like a pestle or something. No, that's the thing that crushes up the stuff.
Pussy.
What's the reproductive organs of a flower?
Pistil is a female reproductive part of a flower.
A
Pussy.
pistol?
And
A pistol's the vajayjay?
is pollen's
The
like
punani?
this, pollen's like the semen, right?
The
Yes,
pistil
pollen is
century is
definitely
located
semen.
typically consists of a swollen base, the ovary, which contains the potential seeds or ovules.
Wait, so they got ovaries?
The flowers do. Yeah, they got something. Yeah. And then
wild as
what's
fuck.
the other part?
Oh, I hate when they do that shit.
Tricked you.
Yeah, you try to go to the page and it's fucking some other fucking website and shit.
And they use them in and it's still the same size.
Have you figured out what a flower dick is yet?
No.
Come on, Eric. Get on the flower
Oh,
dick.
male.
The flower dick is a bee.
Are you sure?
Pollinators. Fuck
Stigma,
yeah.
petal, anther, filament, sepal, ovary, ovules, pistil, stamen, anther.
How do they not call the fucking pistol the fucking dick?
Oh, male reproductive organ. The main flower
Because they're flowers.
You know what I mean?
is the stamen.
Stamen. That's what it is. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell the girl that next up. I get that pistol ready for me, girl.
For this
I'm
stamen,
on-
you ain't never had stamen like this.
I'm on my way. Get that. Make sure the heater is cocked and ready.
You
Now I'm
think
talking
that's what
about.
bees be saying when they're coming in for the
Fuck yeah! I'm locked and loaded.
Get that pistol ready, baby. Baby. Oh, man. Nature is a fucking wild ass beautiful place, right? And the similarities between flowers and humans aren't that far off, right? Plants and humans. You got,
I mean, everything living is based on fucking.
you know what?
Humans are the only ones that act like fucking isn't the main purpose.
Reproduction, right? Not
That's what
just
I'm saying.
fucking, but I mean, only certain animals have figured out that you can do fucking for not just trying to reproduce.
Dolphins.
Dolphins fuck for pleasure. That's
Fuck
true.
yeah, they'll fuck a fucking turtle. They don't give a damn.
Those are the rapists of the ocean, not chicken of the sea. No, rapists of the sea.
Fucking A.
Nah, fucking dolphins. But they're a porpoise. Nice, I guess. Got to protect the porpoise. And fucking killer
True.
whales. You know what animal still blows my fucking mind? And I don't think we understand enough of how much birds are truly just dinosaurs that are living with
Oh,
us.
I think about it all the time.
They are. So I've been blessed right outside my patio. I'm up on the 3rd floor, right outside
I'm
my patio.
way up. I feel blessed.
Thank you, Justin. I do. Right outside the window, I got a little hummingbird nest. Her name's Betty. But I got this little 3-inch tall, broad-tailed hummingbird that lives right outside my house.
Hummingbirds are fucking wild.
They are. And I've never seen a bird act like this, like in front of me, because it's like at eye level right at my porch. So I can just stand out there and smoke a joint and watch Betty go fucking nuts, especially in the morning where all these fucking squirrels try and come up and start, taxing her on trying to get her eggs out of there. And hummingbird eggs are like the size of a pea. Just itty bitty. But this motherfucker will fly up and attack these squirrels, like dive bomb these fucking squirrels. And not just to get them out of the tree, she'll chase them out 50 feet away from the tree, coming up 100 feet, and then just dive bombing these fucking squirrels that are
With a
literally
needle of a beacon.
100 times the size of her. She probably weighs less than a few, maybe a few ounces, right? Like this 3-inch tall hummingbird. And squirrels that are, they're fucking Colorado rats, pretty much, fucking everywhere. But yeah, we'll fucking dive bomb these with that little, probably maybe your beak is maybe 1.5 inches, 2 inches at most. And I mean, they stay out of that fucking tree, and she goes back up and parks it, kicks it.
It's wild as fuck.
Right? Like animals that can take on another animal hundreds of times their size, can fly. Like she'll get all puffed up, filled with adrenaline and shit, and be up there looking at me and Gus, my dog. Like, what you doing? I'm like, I'm going inside, Betty. Shit, I ain't going to take your eggs. I'm on your side.
What's up, West Side? What you want?
Definitely puffing up her chest, like flying in front of you. You know, crazy ass wing flaps per second. Like, what a wild little. And that big just reminds me, like,
wild little dinosaur,
right? Mm-hmm. Like, imagine that dinosaur size. They've only been shrunk down because of the world pushing animals out, and like there are still like birds, like the fucking what's that bird that looks like a goddamn model? The secretary bird. If that ain't a fucking walking dinosaur, I don't know what
looks like
people are looking at. It looks like
Secretary
a fucking
bird.
There's this really funny video that this man judges 5 birds like they're a model, and it's fucking hilarious. But these motherfuckers,
oh yeah, that's a fucking dinosaur,
right? Like that motherfucker is a dinosaur. That's the picture. It looks like a model, right? Like he talks about it wearing like a white Chanel boot, black pants, and the smoky eye makeup. Too
that is
funny.
wild.
You guys find that video, but. That's a dinosaur, and it like hunts and fucking runs all fast, and dinosaurs, right? Fucking the ones that don't convince me that they're dinosaurs though, waterfowl, like ducks
penguins?
and shit. Penguins, I could be convinced of penguins fucking they rule their areas.
I don't know, but a lot of the waterfowl are the fucking the birds that have teeth still.
Ducks got teeth?
Ducks got little fucking teeth.
Ducks don't have teeth.
Fuck yeah. Ducks got little fucking teeth. And then remember we were talking about it that one day? Ducks got like fucking screws for dicks because they spend their whole fucking time. Look at them, see? They spend their whole fucking time raping stuff.
Tongue teeth?
That's what I'm saying, B. And it's like we're so used to like the fossils.
That's not real. That's not real.
We're so used to fossils
that don't have teeth.
That don't have like, or that have of dinosaurs that have teeth in our mind. That makes them more like us. Mm-hmm. But it's like when you see the birds have teeth, you're like, oh, that's a lot closer to what the fucking dinosaurs are.
Yep, that is fucking terrifying. Fuck that goose.
Fucking A.
Waterfowl. Yo, nope. You're right. I'm convinced.
It tastes like shit too.
These motherfuckers are dinosaurs too. I thought I was convinced there for a second. That's a nice one. That's Bob Ross duck.
Oh yeah. That motherfucker look
I was
like
gonna say, show me a mallard.
That
That's not
motherfucker
really
look
what
like
I wanted to
show
see.
in Vegas.
I want to see a mallard with its mouth open. These motherfuckers look like that too.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
And little teethuses on there.
Yeah. Yeah. No thanks. These little fucking dinosaurs, man. Like chickens. Fuck chickens. They're so scary. But then I think, well, if chickens are dinosaurs, one of our main fucking things we eat is chicken. Like we just one of our main like stays is a dinosaur.
Fire.
They are chickens fire.
Imagine roasting a fucking triceratops all bomb. Fuck yeah.
Pass me that velociraptor. You know,
what
like that velociraptor.
A velociraptor would be something we eat. Them motherfuckers are only like this goddamn tall. Them ones in Jurassic Park and shit, those are fake. There wasn't not one velociraptor as tall as a human. All velociraptors, like this. Maybe this tall.
Yeah. And then we call the fucking, those ones turned into the fucking, the raptors, right? Like a fucking falcon or a hawk. All of those fucking birds of prey that are terrifying. Also, because of where I live, there's a big radio tower right outside my house that a couple of red-tailed hawks always fucking sit up on top and hunt from up there because there's a giant lake right next to my house. And so I get to see all the red tails come up there, and you see them call each other in to that fucking giant radio tower, and they just sit up there fucking.
And just think about how smart some of them are, like crows. How fucking smart
ravens
are.
Have you ever seen a fucking raven? They're massive.
Right, a raven, right? Smart as fuck, and they're goddamn this big, okay?
Massive.
Imagine that motherfucker. That's smart. But the size of a goddamn semi.
Fuck. right? Like walking around weighing 2,000, 3,000 pounds.
Understanding water
fucking
displacement and shit. Like all kinds of wild ass.
Using tools
Remember
and-
things that kids, water displacement is like when you have a cup and you throw a rock in there and the water lifts up, right? That's like a concept that's even hard for kids to understand. So like you get like little kids, it takes them until they're like 6, 7, 8 to have like the kind of vocabulary to be even comprehend what's going on with water displacement. Motherfucking ravens understand water displacement like that. Like imagine some big ass thing just walking on the planet waiting to eat a motherfucker.
And things that would eat it and fuck it up, like giant 2-story building tall, 3, 4, 5-story building tall Brontosaurus and Endosaurus and all these fucking dinosaurs are wild. They still blow my mind. And knowing that, well, I truly believe we live with them. I just think we have misrepresented what they actually look like in the past. They're probably way more feathered. They look probably way more like birds. And seeing the infrared, like, bro, I didn't know birds saw in the infrared. That's fucking cool and wild. But like snakes seeing different things, like reptiles in general have different receptors for light than mammals, which is why all of them see differently, right? Snakes see in more of an ultraviolet sense, and they can, but even dogs see differently. Dogs see in like an infrared spectrum, like in between infrared and some of the visible spectrum, visible as in meaning to humans. Yeah. What we call the rainbow spectrum is the visible spectrum. And dogs can see a little bit in, I think, infrared and the rainbow spectrum, and the visible spectrum, but they don't get to see all of it, right? They can only see like 3 colors, 4 colors. And that's all just based on the rods and cones in your eyeballs that take in the light waves as they come in, reflecting off of all this other shit. Because that's all color is a reflection of a light wave.
Isn't it octopus that have like all kinds of cones?
Yeah, I think, and they can change them and shit.
We've
Like
got
the way
like 2 or
that
3 cones. I know they'd be looking at shit like that. They got like 2 or 3 cones, or like we got like 2 or 3 cones, or something simple like that. I don't know how fucking many. I'm not goddamn
types of cones. I think that we have like 2 or 3 types.
Ideologist. I'm
Man's
just
not
saying.
a dentist over here. He didn't go.
I'm not a
to the
motherfucking dentist.
Right?
Shit.
Get off his back.
But I know that fucking
Scientific. Give me that scientific from Lil Wayne.
octopus got like a stupid amount of cones.
They're
Like the shit they can see.
They can like change their skin texture like at will and color, skin color and texture at will. Octopus can fit through any like circle.
Anything their
they
beak
can get
can
their
go.
beak through. Like those motherfuckers.
They have fucking beaks.
like right.
Wild.
They have a beak and like think of like a giant squid.
Not only
like
that,
those motherfuckers.
think about their family, right? So we talk about us. We're talking about mammals, mammalian motherfuckers, right?
Represent, you know.
Representing the mammalians, and I'm talking about. And then like dinosaurs are birds. They're represented in our thought process as birds. What do you call a bird?
Or no something.
Yep, that's the one. I know it's
Aves.
that's not
Aves?
it.
That's a flying creature, I think.
That's a kind of bird.
Just threw that in there. Aves.
Ornithology.
Ornithology is the study of birds.
Yeah.
In any case,
Got the
fucking-
birds.
Oh,
the family
ornithisure? Ornithoray.
Ornithoray.
Ornithray.
Ornithoray.
Ornithoray. Yo, the family that octopus come from are like scallops and mollusks,
Cephalopods.
fucking sea cucumbers, and all these things like fucking clams. All these things that like don't have eyes. They don't have fucking feet. They don't have goddamn tentacles. No nothing. They're
They don't
just these.
fit the mold, right?
They don't. They hardly
Feet, arms,
understand.
eyes, beak, face.
Yeah,
right?
they hardly understand what the fuck is going on in life. Like, they don't know fucking starfish and shit. Like, these types of fucking things, that's where octopus come from. Octopus are just like those, but for whatever reason, they have fucking eyes and beaks, and they can control their skin color and texture based on what they're not looking at.
Based on their environment, they can like
Yeah, their
take
eyes
it
are up
in
here.
and change.
Their eyes are up here, right? And they can get on something and they'll know where the color of under them is changing and not.
What?
And
Right?
so, like, if you put them on stripes, but you make sure the top of their head can't see the floor they're on, they'll still mimic the fucking stripes.
It's also been recorded sleeping, changing colors, which some people are saying that that's them dreaming as the colors, like they're in reality they're changing to the colors that they're dreaming in, to like the environment that's in the dream but real life.
Why?
What the fuck? And then fucking in the same family, a goddamn mussel.
Have you ever seen the video of the mussel where people
all
put
they could
salt outside of a mussel? Have you ever seen that? Play it, Eric. They take a mussel, they put it on a table like a live mussel, and they just put a pile of salt around it. And then I'll let you watch what happens. It might be a clam. It's either a clam or a mussel.
They're essentially the same
fucking
thing.
Yeah.
They're these fucking things that live inside of shells. They don't have eyes.
Mussel eating salt?
Yeah, I'm sure that'll work. Yep, any of these will work. The second one, I think.
Any of these. Skip over.
Y'all ever put salt on a slug? That's also a pretty brutal thing to watch.
I've never done it, but I've definitely heard of it, of course.
I have done it. It's not cool. I wouldn't do it.
I've done it.
I felt bad.
This is not 0 stars. Do not recommend.
I'm not gonna watch that video. It was posted 2 years ago, and it's 360p.
All right.
Damn.
This is the one that I wanted you to watch.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I told you.
Look, this is where fucking this is the same family as an octopus. Like when you talk about us, and then we're like, oh, also a mammal is a squirrel. You're like, damn, that's a really crazy, different fucking kind of animal. But it's still got 4 legs. It's still got 2 eyes. It's still got a face. It's still got hair. You know what I mean? It's got an asshole. Like all these things we identify with, and then there's this fucking thing.
I think this has an asshole, though. I think this has an asshole.
I'm sure it has an asshole.
Jesus. Like, imagine if I was like, yo, Justin, you know there's a pile of salt outside? And you're like, what? Steven, you haven't ever even been outside yet. And I'm like, no, but I can tell there's a pile of salt right out there.
Yeah. I just stuck my dick out of my fucking...
No, that's the entire muscle.
I stuck my dick... That's how big my dick would be if I was a mollusk. It'd be my entire muscle, too. And I'd be like, I just stuck my dick out and found some salt.
Stuck out my salt dick. I said salt.
Oh, man.
What?
That's got to be the same thing it fucks with. Or no?
Do they fuck?
They do something. There's more than one of them, and they keep going.
Yeah, but they might just drop some shit off, like, you know how fish do.
That's the purpose of everything that's alive. And I guess by purpose, we're talking about evolutionarily at the least. Evolutionarily, that's the purpose of everything that's alive, is to keep going and make more.
Plants, too. They like to just keep going. Plants can be even, like, just as, like, impressive and wild in the way that plants grow and, like, take over and fucking, like, fungus even. That's a whole nother, like, level of plants that differ outside of the norm of, like, plant life where we see
like, genetically, right, we're more related to fucking fungus than we are plants. They're way more like animals.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a gang of plants that communicate through the, what do you call it, mycelium in the soil.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like they have studies where they're like, they'll introduce a bug at the top of this hill.
In, say, like an aspen grove.
Yeah. And then, well, not even that, like other, because aspen are all connected to each other, right? But there's like there's other plants that aren't connected to each other that way. And still, like at the top, you introduce this bug, and within 20 minutes, the plants at the bottom are now releasing a toxin that's toxic the response to that bug that's not even there yet. And it's like they're communicating through the fungus that lives in the soil.
Which, like, how? How did they evolve to be able to communicate? Like, it's for us, it's so wild because we look at them as sentient, like not communicating, not moving, not doing anything really, or moving so slow that we can't hardly tell. But over years of examination, we can see their growth, right? Like a tree or fungus is a little faster, where it can grow a lot faster. But for them to evolve into communicating in that way, and I mean, for us to even just figure out that they're doing it, it's pretty fucking cool. I bet we still don't even know what they're saying, though. We barely know what they're saying. But we know the outcomes of the communication. Fucking wild, bud. It blows my mind just here. And then when we do look at space, I don't know, space is cool. I love the expansion of it. I like thinking about how big it is and like that it's expanding still, and the multitudes of big. I mean, that's the thing that really fucking blows my mind. Of we
how big
can barely
how
comprehend.
Small we are.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Like, when you stretch out and you look at galaxies, and then you start hearing about billions of galaxies, it's hard for people to, I think, even imagine what a billion is. Like a billion is such a big number. Have you guys seen like the rice example where this man equates like $100 bill to a grain of rice and then literally counts out enough grains of rice to make a billion of what would represent a billion of $100 bills, but in grains of rice? It's fucking
Is it like this stupid pile?
What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because a million is like this many grains of rice, like a little pile this big, like that tall. That's a million. And then, or maybe they're $10,000 each, something like that. And then, the $1 billion pile is like a fucking pile in his living room. And when you're like, Jeff Bezos has 200 of these piles, and most of us will never get more, and they show like 3 grains, which is like the average income or some shit for an American household, 3 or 4 grains. And these other things.
That's what like causes people to not understand. Like when some people will be talking shit about like how like grossly rich people are. The people who argue against it are people who don't understand. Like there's no fucking way that like you could see the difference between a million and a billion and then not think that there's something gross going on. But when you just say them as words, it sounds like, oh yeah, I'll be a billionaire one day. You just gotta pull yourself up by your bootstraps, like, and you're like, oh, hold on, dude. Like you're talking about numbers that are like, our brains are not like built or programmed to understand.
That's why, like, the size of the universe, even I feel like I have a pretty good grasp on numbers and quantities and size, and even thinking deeply about the size of even just the galaxies, of what we can kind of see through the Milky Way, fucking tears me up of like, what the fuck? It's so big. There's so much.
Well, that's what's wild
area.
about the new fucking James Webb fucking photos is because like the Hubble took the exact same photos, and when you look at them side by side, the new James Webb one's got like fucking exponentially more stars and galaxies in it. And then especially when you're looking at these photos, each of those dots is not a fucking star. The stars are the ones, if you go back, so the stars are the ones that have the flares on them. So those are stars, and they're relatively close, right? All of like the dots behind are galaxies, which a galaxy is millions or billions of stars in a cluster. And that's why some people look at this stuff and they're like, oh, the space, it's the stars. I mean, what the fuck? And you're like, no. Phil, like, each one of those dots is an entire Milky Way galaxy or bigger.
It's more than we can comprehend around what's around us.
Yeah.
There is billions.
And all
man.
That's goddamn 4 billion years ago, 15 billion, 13, 10, 11 billion years ago. I don't fucking know. I'm not a matheologist. All I know is that that's a gang ago, that light coming at us. So even by now, that could have already expanded, exploded, and turned into fucking 40 galaxies.
Yeah.
Or none. Like.
We're just catching them light waves from
latest
millions of years. So long ago. And yeah,
wild.
So wild. And to think like we think we know anything when we're just that little, like the pale blue dot, right? To take that from Carl Sagan. Like we're just this little fucking insignificant dot in the multitude of space and what things are and what we understand. And it's interesting to see us take pictures like that, and the difference is interesting. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of cool research that comes out of that and all the methodologies that they can do with the data. But boy, I hope that lets people see just a little bit more, expand their mind a little bit from what the fuck is going on in this country, at least.
So this picture here is 7,600 light years away. And for context, 1 light year is about 6 trillion miles.
6 trillion. How far is our sun away from
Fuck,
Earth?
dude. Again, you're speaking a number that people have heard, but nobody realizes.
94 trillion or 94 million.
94 million miles, right? To the sun, from Earth to the sun. 90. How many was it?
I always like the way fucking go ahead.
6 trillion in 1 light year.
Fuck. That's so like yo.
It's still
I always,
so big.
I always like the way fucking Bill Nye did it. That was the one that stuck with me my whole life. Was back in the day when on the Bill Nye show, he did a fucking an example of distance if the Earth were the size of like
A blueberry.
was it a blueberry?
I think so.
And then that makes like fucking, or it might have been a tennis ball or something. And then fucking the moon is like a marble and it's like 7 feet away. And then Mars, the closest planet, is like a goddamn mile away. Or maybe it's like a
Space is so
football field,
big.
but it's so fucking far. And then the sun is like a mile away. Like it's so fucking stupid. Watch this. It's wild as fuck. But we got to keep talking or else they're going to cut us off YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
So keep saying
Bill,
shit.
Bill,
A lot louder for us than
Bill
it is for
Nye,
you
the science guy.
Oh, okay, Bill. What is that? An orange? That's Jupiter? Or is that Mars?
I think that's the sun.
Oh, that's the sun. Oh, sure they do, Bill. Uh-oh. Look like we're out in Kansas.
Yeah, mama's the sun.
Don't talk to Bill like that, Justin. There's the sun, and he's trekking down, and the next planet should be Venus?
I wonder what state he's
Mercury.
in.
Then the planet Mercury would be here, 39 meters away.
Okay.
It would be.
All right,
That's like
Bill.
100 feet.
What?
That's all there would be to the planet Mercury.
What? Y'all didn't... That was just like a...
22 meters. That would be Venus.
Venus is a
Now, the sun's
walnut.
still behind us. And look, up here at
Golly.
100 meters, our own Earth. Hi, everybody. Hi, Bill. Now we got to get serious.
Okay. We're getting serious.
There's Mars.
Okay. 152 meters to Mars.
That's a good.
was 100 to Earth.
That's a good 400 or 500 feet.
Distances
Mm-hmm.
start to get very large.
Right after Mars.
Those models are the actual size. Now the sun's still back there.
Where are we at now? Holy canope.
That's 1,500 feet.
20 meters from the sun. That's over half a kilometer. And Jupiter would be about this big. Isn't that wild?
And the sun's still so much bigger than Jupiter. Like, not even
Not only
close.
that, we found that shit looking into the sky. Like those little ass fucking things. That's why people talk about like just like how come we can't just look into the sky and find shit? And you're like, fool. They literally had to find Uranus and Neptune by math.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was math that found them.
And they had to be like, wait a minute. Why the fuck is this dot and this millions of dots acting slightly different than these other fucking dots?
They couldn't tell her. It just was reflecting a little bit of sun.
Imagine like a world without Netflix and hardly any books to have available for you, and all you had to do was look at the fucking sky so deeply that you could find things that barely acted different and they all looked the same. Wait a minute.
Look at that dot.
I've looked at this sky all night, every night of my life for 22 years. And they're going to die in probably like 5 or 6 after that. But
one of the wildest parts about all of that too is that like literally when you're looking at the sky with your fucking normal vision, like you're looking with your naked eye, you're looking and you can see Mars as a little dot, you can see Venus, you can see Mercury, you can see Jupiter, you can see Saturn. But that's about where it stops.
Mm-hmm.
You can no longer see Uranus or Neptune, yet the Sumerians had it in their models.
wild. And
In
if
the-
you
in
don't
the-
know
in
the
the
Sumerians, they're
We're talking
most
about
famous for
10
having the first written things. Like
We're
the
talking
first
about
clay
10,000
tablets
years
are
ago.
written in the Sumerian language.
10,000 years ago, these dudes, in their model of the solar system, they had Uranus and Neptune.
Fucking.
And
Wow.
another one. They had one more outside of that.
Which, as we can see just from Hubble to Webb, quite a bit of differences can be happening. Maybe not that close, but space is a fucking wild ass place too, I bet.
Fuck.
Can you imagine the animals that are out there? Because I'm convinced they're out there, right? With that much space, they got to be out there. The probability of finding them is the part that is so low, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing about
There's
life
so many
outside of
How
Earth.
is there not more?
There has to be. There's no way that our little speck is so special unless maybe you truly believe in God and think that in this entire universe, God chose that speck or whatever God is, chose that speck to be the special thing that got life. And everything else is just fucking rocks and other... Because we're all made of space. The thing about space, too, is it's all the same shit.
Yeah.
Right? It's all the same stuff that make us and make these walls and the fucking elements that make out space and the fucking planets and the suns are the same fucking shit that literally make humans and all the birds and all the things we've talked about and everything that we experience
It's like the
is
number
the same fucking recipe, like ingredients, right? The same
No, I'm
fucking
built different.
ingredients.
the number like
built
the number
different.
one I'm built different. I'm fucking built different. Like the number one fucking element in the universe is like fucking it goes like hydrogen, carbon, fucking just and then
Helium.
oxygen. Literally the things we give a fuck about. Like it's like and the things we're made of
Right.
are the most common elements in the universe.
And so, yeah, just to think that the
Why?
only place that has dinosaur chickens is here? No fucking way.
Fuck no.
Dinosaur, like, have you seen birds, how they have survived just here on Earth? I guarantee there's some bird-ass motherfucking dinosaur-ass shit happening in other planets that maybe one day the Webb telescope will get us a little snapshot of, not a Martian. It would have to be a intergalactic fucking dinosaur chicken that... Fuck, man. It just
You know what's wild
blows
is
my
that
mind.
dinosaurs lasted for so long, but they never evolved into anything else. That's the thing. So it's like humans have been anatomically humans for like 200,000 years. And it took us, if we go by Western history's idea of stuff, it took us, goddamn, we've been anatomically humans for 200,000. It took us 190. To start figuring shit out.
We just started figuring shit out.
Which sounds like damn most of the time. Goddamn dinosaurs were on the planet for like
Millions.
600 million years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there's more time elapsed between the existence of the Stegosaurus and the T-Rex. There's more time was between then than the T-Rex and now. But them motherfuckers never did nothing. You know what I mean? Besides eat everything.
I mean, they lived on the planet for 6 billion years, which humans
don't
look
got
like they're
not
going to fuck it
one
up in 250,000. Like the humans
they ain't
are
got one
shit.
doctor. Not one doctor.
Hey, I don't think you know that. I've seen Jurassic Park, man. There might be a fucking doctor out there.
Wouldn't that be wild if we thought out there was? What if there was like bird people?
Maybe plants
What
were
if
the doctors.
velociraptors were smart as fuck? They walked around with glasses and shit.
They like have lawyers, like lawyer velociraptor. I'm just really picturing the dinosaur show, just a little bit gussied up in my head.
You think that they have social norms?
There are theories that we got like healthcare and like medicine through Neanderthals though, because we have recorded evidence of their teeth having like all of the teeth stuff, like all of the dirt on it that had like a specific plant in it and that plant has the chemical that's in what's
Toothpaste?
Advil. No.
Advil.
Oh,
What's,
like ibuprofen and shit.
Yeah, so like that same thing that like reduces the pain and stuff was found in Neanderthals like teeth. So there's like this idea that like maybe
I think
they gave us all
Advil's
that.
acetaminophen. But go ahead.
So not even us, Neanderthals.
Not even us. Fucking
I
humans.
mean,
We just stole that shit.
all we did was capitalism.
I guarantee I got some Neanderthal DNA. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? It is what it is.
I don't know how that all works.
I've never done a DNA test, but I know that it got a little Neanderthal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, no, I don't. How do you know you have some Neanderthal? Oh, your fucking strength. My man's got that.
No.
That caveman strength.
Oh man. I'm ridiculous. Let's start wrapping this up or what? What do we got? Do we got anything else, Eric? What are you thinking?
No. We're at an hour 19.
Who's that chat? Is that Erica? Was she? That's a big ass message. What'd she say? Let's include her.
We didn't talk to any of that.
Expanding right. That's because there were less light, so I made it more visible for them. Speaking on Neptune and that other planet being discovered through math, so I made it more visible for them. Plus, since it is still expanding. Back then, it was all closer, so they could see it better, and then it would be different because of different.
Nah, I wouldn't have been that close. Fucking, we're only talking about a few thousand years. I mean, maybe fucking 100, 600 million years ago, the sky was like a different.
No, 100,000 years ago. I think she's talking about like the light pollution that happens now.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
From here to
that makes
before
sense.
then, it was a little.
But we know even without light pollution that you can't see Neptune or Uranus. Like those two planets, as far as modern society is concerned, they were discovered specifically by math. So some dude was doing the math based on the orbits themselves, and somebody did the math. It was like Saturn is not orbiting as if it's by itself. It's orbiting, and its orbit is moving in a way as if there's something. And if I do the math, then there should be something right there.
And it keeps working.
And it was some dude, I think it was some dude in France that did the math, and then some dude in Germany was the one who actually looked in the telescope and was like, all right, you think it's right there? Let me look. And then looked right there, was like, oh shit, cuz, there's a motherfucking anus up there, cuz.
Is it yours?
I think so.
Boy, I hope somebody else thinks that joke is funny besides you and I.
Oh man,
it's better than the one I had lined up.
Oh man, gosh,
they might not be able to see your anus, but if you want to see mine, subscribe to my OnlyFans.
Hey,
175 years ago, astronomers discovered Neptune, the 8th planet. That's a lot of reading that I don't have time to do.
Y'all look that shit up. It's been the motherfucking Lone Ranger vs. Tonto up in this bitch. Do you got anything else, Steve?
Nope, I sure don't. That's it.
Yes,
That's
you
it
do.
Today. I do? Oh, shit. We're still going to do that? We can do that next time.
Well, just at least bring it up.
Oh, yeah. We're gonna keep you doing some reviews, but we're not going to
I wasn't even thinking about that. No, I was talking about
the playlist.
That's what I was thinking about, yeah.
Oh, the fucking playlist. Yeah, let's do
fucking
that.
guy made a playlist an hour ago. Already forgot.
Hey, man. Yeah,
We've been talking about it forever, y'all.
Yeah.
We go have this Spotify playlist, and Steve started it today. So it's called the LRVT Podcast Mixtape. I think Spotify takes a second to aggregate, so like it might be a minute until you can search it and find it. But we will have the link. We'll post that shit on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And make sure you're following us on them hoes. Eric just posted it in the comments if you want to follow it. And so far right now, the first 4 tracks are Steven's choices. The second 4 tracks are your boy's choices. And the last 4 tracks are Eric's choices. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I had to put a little bit of Larry June in there.
Ooh, gotta get the Larry June in there.
Hell yeah. And otherwise, this has been the Lone Ranger vs. Tonto. We appreciate y'all rolling with us today. Make sure you like and subscribe. Specifically, hop onto YouTube and subscribe for us. Shit, tell your mom to subscribe. Tell your grandma, your auntie, your uncle, your cousins, your brother, sister, everybody. And this has been episode 44. Hit him with the fofo.
Hit him with the fofo.
I'm talking about.
I always was the focus for you. Hey.
Dog with the go though. Motherfucker went around with the nigga with the dog with the fofo. Motherfucker went around with the nigga with the penny, the kidney, the motherfucker with the FOMO. Dog with the photo.